Hello, welcome to Farrell Swim Tech. My name is John Farrell. I am the host of this show, and tonight we have another swim technique review. Now, this is a athlete named Anne, who is a member of Team Zoot. She has submitted some video, and we are going to get to that in just a second. So if you're new to this channel, hello, my name is John Farrell. I am a stroke technique coach. I've been doing stroke technique coaching for over 12 years. And my own personal swimming career, went from the third grade all the way until swimming 4 years at Brigham Young University. Some of my accomplishments is I was a high school All-American in the 100 backstroke and 200 freestyle. I swam I made top 8 at Brigham Young while swimming for Brigham Young University in the Mountain West Conference in the 100 backstroke. And I have earned, it's called the Academic All-American for NCAA athletics. So I have been very blessed to be able to swim very fast in the pool. And what I do here is I take your videos and I help you swim faster. Always, as always, big shout out to Zoot Sports for kind of helping donate things to help me review and also donate gear and things like that. I am a member of Team Zoot's affiliate team. No, I am not a professional triathlete. I am a very good swimmer, and that's about it. So if you have any questions whatsoever about this stream, please shoot me an email, farrellswimtech@gmail.com. Any questions about swimming? I also have an Instagram, farrellswimtech@Instagram. So check me out there. I do 1 minute quick hits using the banner behind me as my backdrop, and I give little tips to help you swim faster. So basically, okay, number one, you're gonna have to I have to apologize a little bit for the water clarity of this swim. Yeah, this one's pretty bad. Let's just say the maintenance guy needs to get over here stat, because this filter is not working right. So all of that aside, you're gonna have to pardon this. So this is Anne swimming underwater. So a couple things we need to notice right off the bat. Oh, I'm sorry. So basically what I like to do is I like to do kind of a lightning round where I show the video, I kind of throw out a bunch of stuff that I'm seeing, and then we're going to drill down on 3 separate items to help Anne get faster at swimming. So first thing that we're going to notice right now, legs do not come towards the surface, and you see Anne's behind is at the surface, which is great. But what this is showing me is she's drawing the knees down towards the bottom of the pool. That's why her leg body positioning is pretty poor. We like to see 3 separate, and she's going to swim off here. So I like to see 3 separate points of contact with the water surface. Number 1, or there's 4, but shoulders, head, shoulders, butt, and feet. We like to see those 4 pieces of the body in contact with the water surface at all times. With feet, obviously, 1 foot's up, 1 foot's down, and you kind of replace. But Anne's feet are pretty low. The other thing you're going to see here with Anne is that she does what I like to call the half moon pull. She pushes down straight arm, and then she accelerates the straight arm at the base of the pull. So it kind of looks like she's doing a full semicircle underneath the water. That's using really, really weak muscle groups in order to actually do the pull. So now we're going to have the overhead shot here. So what I'm seeing overall is legs are constantly moving. That's a good thing. Arms are constantly moving. That's also a good thing. But kind of what we have going on here is this is what I like to call the water treadmill effect, where you're not really putting a lot of acceleration on the water. You're kind of moving along at the same speed that you pushed off with. So there's no real acceleration going on. It's just kind of maintaining a status quo. Now, some of you may think, well, that's kind of what happens with everyone. You know, you push off and then you're pulling and accelerating. But when you're not generating a lot of power per pull, it's very noticeable when you're basically a couple things that denote what the water treadmill effect is. Number one, you're kind of just plodding along. There's no real snap to it. There's no real power associated with the pull. And the reason why this is happening is because her power phase, let me scooch over here. So what's happening with Anne is that she's pulling, and we'll get into this in a second. We'll actually do pull first tonight. So she's pushing down. Let's do this. Full camera. So she's pushing down, but when her hand gets about here, that's where the hand is at the lowest, swinging down here. So she's only really pulling from about here to here. That's only about this much of a distance, as opposed to grabbing that water right at the beginning and pushing it all the way through. From here to here, this is nothing more than a push down. Very small amount of the vector of the pull is actually moving in the backwards direction. Okay, physics 101, a vector has direction and magnitude. So if you're pulling, if you're pushing water down here and you get from here to here, there's a pushing down component and a pushing back component that resolve itself into the diagonal component. Okay, so if I push this way, there's a vertical and a horizontal force that happen in order for something to go off in a diagonal direction. So if we think about that when we're pushing down, we want as much water moving this way as possible. So if we're pushing down in a diagonal, there's a portion of that that's pushing downward. We want to minimize that as much as possible. That's where the problem comes in with this idea of the arm swinging half moon pull, okay? So when you're pushing from here to here, there's a huge component that's pushing down towards the bottom of the pool. And then from here to here, okay, we're now finally pushing water backwards. But you only have about this much of a window from here to here that you're really pushing water backwards. You only have about a quarter of the arm movement able to accurately produce that acceleration forward. All right? That's a lot of theory work. So let's kind of talk about this in real terms here. So what Anne needs to do is Anne needs to start learning how to grab water and push it backwards. Okay? This is the idea of treating water like it's a solid. You have to actually grab that water just like you're grabbing a brick. You got to grab that brick and you need to push it back in a straight line. So, rule number one, you got to bend the elbows out. The elbow has to come out for the hand to stay on the inside. If you push down, you're only pushing that arm down and you're going to keep that arm in a straight line. If you bend that elbow out, you're allowed to move that arm in a straight line. Okay? Cannot push down with a stiff hand. You must bend that elbow out. So the way I like to teach this is with dry land drills. Okay? Lots of good dry land drills. You can do this with a band. If you have a stretch cord band, you can do this, but you can work on the motion without a band. So step number one is here. You're going to reach forward. First thing you're going to do, pop that hand here. That's number one, okay? So you want to start here, pop that hand there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do that about 20 times. 3 times 20. Then step 2, 1, 2, okay? Here, we're going to tip that camera down just a little bit. 1, 2, okay? Right, your hand's going to kind of rest right somewhere around your belly button. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, you're going to do that about 20 times each arm. See, right arm, 1, 2. Okay, I don't want to hit my microphone. So, step 3, 1, 3, 3. So you're going to grab that brick and get that hand here. Okay, so that's 3. Those are 3 steps. 1, 2, 3. All right. So this will get your arm in roughly the 90-degree angle, okay? You're probably going to want it just a little bit deeper. 90 degrees is perfectly fine for right now, Okay, if you burn it into your muscle memory for 90 degrees, it's real easy to just pop that down just a little bit more. Now, here's a tip. If you're having trouble just kind of getting here, what you need to do is to learn how to engage your arm muscles, all right? If you put your arm out and engage your bicep, like you're getting a bicep, showing off your awesome biceps. I've been doing arms a lot lately. My biceps are getting bigger. I'm so excited. I haven't had biceps since college. So when you flex your bicep, you're going to bring your hand towards you. Flex your tricep, get the outside of your arm. You're going to move your arm away from it. If you flex both your bicep and your tricep, just kind of get both of those muscles nice and tight, you're going to be able to pop that arm in a 90-degree angle, and you're going to be able to keep that hand nice and loose, okay? So the idea is when you pull, you're going to engage both your bicep and your tricep, and you're going to flex your wrist just a little bit. This is going to create nice stiff arms, going to have a nice good surface to push, because it's not a pull. The thing people need to understand is pulling is not really a pull, it's a push, because you're going to grab and you're going to push yourself forward, okay? You're going to push yourself forward by pushing water backwards. So your whole arm needs to be tight. It needs to be tense. It doesn't need to be flexing. It needs to be tense, okay? Just nice and tense, so just kind of work on that, work on just kind of some flexing exercises, get it nice and tense. I guarantee you do this in your first workout, your arms are going to kill you. Just take it easy, kind of play around with it. See, work on stiffening those arms just a little bit more. And this is how you eventually apply more pressure. You're going to apply more pressure by grabbing that water and really using your whole body to push it backwards, okay? But if you do not have stiff arms, it's just like rubber cranks on a bike. You push down on that bike pedal, it just blasts out of existence. So if you're kind of just, arm noodles or just blah, trying to push water backwards, you're not going to be able to get any real purchase. You're not going to get stiffness on that water. So you do the 3 steps: 1, 2, 3. Okay, and then you do it vertically. Okay, we want to do it vertically. Okay, 1, 2, okay? Get that hand right about here in front of you. Okay? 1. So start here. Start it vertical. When you do the vertical, you got to start straight up. You can't start here. Got to start here. 1. Okay? 1, 2. All right? So if you want to be right about here. 1, 2. So you see, as you push down, you see my hand is always perpendicular to the camera, okay? Your hand is always perpendicular to the body. You don't want to pull like this. You don't want to pull like this. You see my fingers are pointing down. You don't want to do this. You don't want to do this. Don't want to do this, okay? You want to grab, like you see I'm kind of pretending to grab my cabinets in the background and grab that. I know I'm doing a really poor job pantomiming this. 1, 2, 3. 3. 3. Okay? 3. Let me try and get a little more perpendicular to the camera here. 3. 3. 3. Okay? Then reach, pull. All right? So, that is going to be your first order of business, Ann. Your first order of business is to learn how to bend that elbow and get that hand up. Don't allow that hand to become a half moon underneath the water. Okay? So, next, we're going to talk about this kick, because this is something I don't see very often, but this kind of confirms one of my reasons why people have poor body positioning, and it's because of how the kick is done. All right, Ann's kick is the third reason why people have poor kick. Okay. Now, I am guessing Anne has a. I don't know if Anne. Here, let me see this real quick. Anne may have told me what her background is. Let's see here. She matters drills and goes and blah blah blah. Okay, Anne did not tell me what her background is. So basically, I have this theory that I haven't proven yet. I'm still trying to gather enough data on this theory. I have a theory that runners and cyclists have like guys that have a huge background in running and cycling, they have a problem with kicking because they want to draw their knee forward in order to initiate the kick. In kicking, we actually want stiff, long, straight legs. We do not want to bend that knee. Now, some people will say, well, but you have to bend the knee in order to kick. I respectfully say nay, nay. I am able to go sub 120s in open water swims for a half Ironman distance. I'm able to go sub 120s. I do not bend my knees when I kick. You don't have to bend your knees to kick. Why? The reason why I say you don't want to bend your knees when you kick is because of this. Think of it this way. Here's your leg, okay? Here's your leg. There's the bottom of your foot. This is your knee. This is the back of your knee, okay? You should be kicking like this. Here's your hip. Your hip is my shoulder. You should be kicking like this, okay? In theory, you're going to kind of go a little bit like this, okay? So you go up, slight knee bend, extend the leg to push it down. You're going to be kind of a little bit like this. Okay? Now, there's two major issues people have typically with kicking. This, okay? They leave the quad and the hamstring still, and they bend the knee to bring the leg up, and then they extend the knee to kick down. And here, and here, and here, and here, and here. What Anne is doing is the other one, where the knee draws down and the leg extends. The knee draws down and the kick is actually down here. All right? So, there's a couple things that we can do for this. We're going to go back to the analysis here. Watch the knees as she goes by. What we're going to do is we're going to slow this down and slow it down one more time. We're going to come back here, and then we're going to play this. Okay, watch the knee as she goes by. So the knees are drawing, the knees are mostly staying down. So her body position right here. Shoulders on top. Tush is pretty near the top. There is a pronounced here, let me see if I can get right here. Okay. What's happening is her lower back is curved right here. So, first thing, Anne, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to work on stretching up. You're actually going to get on your feet. Sorry if that translated into So basically what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to be reaching up and trying to draw kind of that. You're going to try and draw your hips forward and bring your shoulders back to get your spine more in alignment. Because what we're wanting to do is we're wanting to actually rotate around our spine. So if we're like this, our spine is like this. So it's kind of hard to rotate this way. We want to have our shoulders forward, just so slightly. So if you bring the shoulders forward, that brings your spine into alignment down at the base. All right? So then what you want to do is you want to reach up. Okay? Reach up here. Okay? And work on being able to just kind of keep everything in alignment. Don't let your shoulders go backwards. Go forward. Look forward. Just look forward. Hands to either side. You know, I need to. We gotta go a little bit higher with this. So hands up. Reach up to the sky. Okay. Let me see here. Right there. We're basically just going to want to work on reaching up to the sky. You're going to want to be in front of a mirror, and you're going to want to make sure, number one, you're not curved backwards. Your shoulders are forward. Keep those shoulders nice and forward about here. All right? So you want to reach up and lengthen upwards, because what's going to eventually you're going to learn to do is to reach up, push down. Push down, and while you're reaching up, okay? So, hold on. All right, so let me get my camera back under control here. So let's talk about this. So this is another theory that I have of why this lower back. So basically, with Anne, you can see that there is a definite slope downward. And then it comes up with the bum, and then the legs go straight down. So it's kind of like here, bum, and then continues on downward. So overall, her body position's kind of like this. So there's a couple reasons why I think this happens. I don't have any proof. I don't have enough data to really make this correlation. But I believe it has a fair amount to do with people not being comfortable in the water. Now, I have been in the water practically my entire life. I, at this point, have spent whole years of my life in water. If you count up all the hours I have practiced over all the years of my competitive career, I have spent literal years of my life, now being a 39-year-old, in water. I am extremely comfortable in the water. I don't care. It doesn't bother me. I know what my limits are. I know what I'm capable of doing. I don't care. Water is scary. If you do not spend a lot of time in the water, it's a scary thing. You screw up, you die. It's on the back of everyone's mind. Even me. I've had very close calls of drowning in the ocean when I was an idiot and tried to go bodyboarding in record-breaking swells. I've almost drowned myself. It's not an easy thing to think about. I can only imagine if you're a brand new swimmer trying to come into this sport and you want to get faster, but yet there's that thing in the back of your mind saying, this is scary. I don't really want to put my face in, because if I put my face in, I can't breathe. I don't like not being able to breathe. I want to be able to breathe. So whether or not you think you have this or not, there's a chance that actually might be there. And the reason why I bring that up is this is one of the reasons why I think people have bad body positioning, because number one, it's kind of a balancing act with regards to your legs, your hips, your shoulders, all this thing, you can kind of easily seesaw in the water. The other thing is you may have a propensity to want to keep your head at the water surface. You just might not be that comfortable in the water, and you don't really have a lot of comfort of being fully submerged in water, which obviously when you're swimming, you don't want to be fully submerged. Don't get me wrong here. But you're bringing your shoulders back. You're kind of popping your hips down in order to float your face more towards the water surface. So a couple things. Whether or not you think this is a problem, couple things I prescribe. Number one, freestyle kicking on the water, reaching to the other side. Okay? What you do is you can get a board. Here, I got a board. Shout outs to Poca Loco Swim Shop in Provo, Utah. You guys are fantastic. I don't even know if you're still around. But you want to hold the board right here at the very end and put it right over your head, okay? So you're going to kick. So you're going to try and get your head right in front of your arms. So board's still here. So you're holding the board up above your head. Kick, okay? If you need to take a breath, take one arm, take your breath, grab that board, kick. Take a breath, kick. I very much so recommend you learn how to take about 10 kicks. 10 kicks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Take your breath. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Get used to just letting your face stay in the water. Something I wasn't really paying attention to. I need to see if Anne breathes. Oh, we're going to go back to normal speed here. 1, 2, 3. Okay, she bilateral breathes. We're okay with that. Just like I said, the breathing actually looks really good. Breathing is one of the positive things I see here. Bilateral breathing, always a good idea. Not mandatory. But yes, okay. So back to the kick. So Anne is going to want to kick with very straight legs. So in order to help facilitate this, I have a very good at-home. Don't want that to go off. This is something you want to do at home, okay? So what you're going to do, let's see here. We're going to grab these. I'm going to put this down here on the floor. Oops. All right. Right there. Okay. All right. So basically what we're going to do, I'm off camera here. Here's my hand. Hi. So what we're going to do, my mic's not going to be able to extend that far, but we're going to lay on the ground and we're going to do freestyle kicks. Okay. So the key that you want to look for is the fact that the quads are getting off the ground. Okay, so that's number one. Here, let's get full camera here. Let's actually get full camera. So that's number one. That's on your belly. The other one is going to be on your and the big key with being on your belly. Here, let's see if I can get this down here. Let's get that out of the way. Okay. So the big key that we're going to want to do is make sure this whole leg is able to go backwards, okay? Up, okay? You have to kick. So one thing Anne is not doing is she is not kicking up. She's only really kicking down. So that's ow, that was my knee. Ow, that kind of hurt. So you want to lift that leg up, okay? So couple things that could go wrong here. Number one, hip flexors. If you do not have flexible hip flexors, you're going to have a hard time doing this. So if it's really hard for you to do this, do it one at a time to start. Okay? If you have problems getting that whole leg off the floor, you need to hit up some yoga. Do some yoga. Do 2 30-minute sessions per week. Add that into your workout schedule. Very, very, you want to do very basic yoga. If you have a friend that does yoga, if you have a friend and she goes to the gym all the time and does yoga, have her come over and kind of help walk you through stuff. There's nothing worse than doing yoga. I love yoga. I've been a yoga guy for a very long time, and there's nothing worse than doing a new move and you feel like an idiot and you don't know what you're doing, you don't know how to do it right, and you just get frustrated. Get a friend to come over and help you. Get one of your best friends, come over and help. So, do that single leg kick, okay? Next thing you want to do is you want to be here on your butt, And then you want to kick like this as well. The key is straight knees. You want to kick here, okay? And then if you keep your back off the floor, it's actually a really good core exercise. So, let's get everything set back up here. Hi. By the way, welcome to my setup. This is how we roll here at Farrell's Swim Tech. Okay, let's get my fan back here. Okay, so those are the main things to do with kick. You want to work on the body positioning. So the work on body positioning will kind of help resolve itself, I think, if you really work on the kick. If you allow yourself to drag those legs up and you allow yourself to kind of hunch forward a little bit by learning how to be nice and straight with those arms. So basically those are the two main things that I see right now, because the breath is fine. There's not a ton. The pull that I helped with earlier in the video is going to help fix a myriad of problems. There's a problem, and the thing is, you can't really. I don't want to overload you too much with the underwater and the over the water, because right now it's kind of hard to fix the over the water unless we really address the underwater first. Because we got two major problems. The first major problem is the kick. I think the kick, first and foremost, is probably your biggest problem. And then your next biggest problem is the underwater pull. If we could fix those two things right now, that's going to put you in a much better position. And it'll also teach you a lot of the lengthening that you're going to need to do in order to fix the recovery up and over the water. Because there is an obvious recovery issue, but it's going. I feel like if I really dive into that as well on the video, because you see right here, the hand is going to see, because this hand is okay, left hand is okay. Yeah, both hands just go and enter the water, but that's kind of in this whole pushing down thing. So I think if you reach up, that's going to help eliminate a portion of that recovery issue, and then that's going to change your recovery. So I would rather have you focus on the reach up, grab a brick, push it down to fix the underwater of the pull before we would move on to, really tackling that over the water of the recovery. Just the one thing on the recovery that you need to fix immediately is when that hand enters the water, you want your hand to be kind of at a 45 degrees, kind of flat, more towards the palm being towards the inside. The number one thing we don't want is the palm to be towards the outside, because that's going to encourage pulling out here, far beyond where you want to be. You want that hand to be kind of somewhere underneath, kind of around underneath your body. So if we fix the pull, the recovery is going to be in a much better position. So then we can tackle that at a different time. So if we fix the kick, fix the pull, you're going to be pulling with a lot more power. You're going to have a lot more potential to be able to pull. We'll go back to full camera. So if we fix the pull, you're going to have much more potential to pull and accelerate through the pull rather than this amount. You're going to have about this amount. And then with the kick, you're going to eliminate a ton of drag. So you're going to be able to use that pull more efficiently, which you're going to be getting a stronger pull. That's going to compound upon itself and give you a lot more gains a lot quicker. So work on the dry land, do the dry land, and then do it in the pool, okay? First couple of weeks, it's gonna be a little tough, gonna be a little interesting because your brain's gonna be sending alarm signals. Your brain's gonna be telling you, this is wrong. What's going on here? But you gotta tell your brain, we worked on this on the dry land. The muscle activation is the same in the water. We're just gonna really focus on this and kind of feel it out. Give it time. Give it a couple workouts. It's gonna take a couple workouts in order to start not feeling like you're just kind of flailing around like an idiot. It happens. It totally happens. Don't worry. This is why we do the dry land. We do the dry land so the transition of doing it in the water is easier because water is basically zero gravity. Water is basically zero gravity. You're gonna feel all sorts of off kilter when you're doing this technique. Stick to the technique, build upon it, love it, embrace it. Things are gonna go well for you. So that's going to be it for me tonight, and thank you so much for sending in this footage. If anyone has any questions whatsoever about this footage and or would really like to send me their footage, feralswimtech@gmail.com. Or if you have any questions at all, please comment on this video, like and subscribe if you like what I bring to the table. That is, that's going to be it for me. So once again, I do these videos for free. It is a pay what you want kind of a thing. So I accept donations that go towards, better equipment. Like I just bought, thanks to you, I was able to buy brand new Tri-Rig scoops. I will be doing a review on that when I finally get the time to get them installed. And actually do a proper unboxing video for that. But yeah, so thank you everyone so much for the love and appreciation of this channel. I am here to make you swim faster. Because remember, here at Feral Swim Tech, we swim smarter and harder because we're smarter. So until next time, my friends, thank you all so much for tuning in. Like and subscribe to this channel if you like what I have. And as always, good night, Isaiah Norris. Wherever you are, I'm out of here. Goodbye, everyone. Goodbye.